Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about my practicum classroom that I am placed in. In my placement, I am at an elementary school in central New York in upstate. I am in a classroom with kindergarten students. These students are very active, funny, respectful, and kind. I enjoy going to placement every day. And every time I go. I go on Tuesdays and Thursdays for 3 hours each morning, and I always have a great time at placement, and the kids and my host teacher are always so welcoming. Here, I took some pictures when I was walking into the school of some of the artwork that is around the hallways. This artwork is made from the students in the school, and it really stands out to me every time I come to school. I love seeing what the children create, and I think it's really fun to see how they each are artistic in their own way. I think a child's artistic ability really brings out their creativity and their imagination, and I love to see what each of these students have to offer in their own way. I love walking down these halls and seeing all the different artwork. Here is a mural painted in the school hallway by a couple of the students and the teachers. I love looking at this mural because I can see the teamwork that went into it and how much creativity had to be put into it and how much thought. I love to see this because I know that the children and the teachers must have enjoyed this. And in my elementary school when I was younger, we had something like this as well, and I think it's a great community builder. I added this picture in because it is of the school book fair that has just recently went on in the elementary school I am placed at. The children were so excited about this book fair, and all of them wanted to get a book. We went to the book fair and made a wish list for each student, and they wrote 5 books down that they wanted the most so they can show to their families and ask their parents if they were able to buy them. I remember when I was younger that the book fair was one of my favorite parts of school, and I thought it was really fun to watch these kids go through that. This is another thing in the hallway at my placement. I wanted to add this picture inside of my iMovie because in this picture you can see in big letters B, and in a bunch of little circles it says positive words that we should be, like be you, be kind, be respectful, be brave, be courageous, be like that, be a good friend. And I think that positivity in the hallway is always a really positive thing to have students to walk by every day, and even teachers to walk by to see and have that little reminder, be a good person today. And I love that this school shows that positivity. So these are little cubbies that are in my placement classroom. These cubbies each have each of the students' names on them, and every morning the children come in and put their folder into their cubby, and that folder consists of any notes from home, any homework, any checks they have, anything that they need to bring to school, anything they want to show the class, and they put that in their folder and they put in their cubby. So if something needs to get sent home or there's a note that needs to be given to the teacher, it's in that folder and the teacher checks it every day. This is one of the kinds of technology that my teacher uses in the classroom, the smartboard. She uses this for the kids to watch their shows or to watch videos on the alphabet. The children sometimes get the option to watch their show during snack time or during indoor recess. This is another part of my placement that I thought was special to share. We have the calendar here, and on the calendar it shows everyone's birthday and above and what days we had school and what days we don't have school and what holidays are coming up. Above that calendar are everybody's in the classroom and all the teachers' birthdays as well, showing the month and the day so each student can see when they're there and their peers' birthday are. Next to that is a little whiteboard, and on that whiteboard my teacher writes how many students are in the class. So we've had a range of students this year. Sometimes we have 20, sometimes we have 21 because we've got a new student and lost a new student a couple times. So my teacher will write the name of this number of students in the class on there, and the class counts together every day how many children are there. Here is another important thing in the classroom that we have that I thought should be added to the video. This picture has to do with the alphabet in the classroom and how it's represented. My teacher puts letters from the alphabet on the board, and as a class, the students come up with words that start with each of these letters. And she has this up there every day as a reference for the students. This really helps the students because when they are stuck on a word or trying to figure out what something starts with, this is a thing that they can look at and that can help them. I added this picture because it's similar to the picture I had in before, as in the same concept. This picture has a couple letters from the alphabet, and my teacher uses this and hangs it around the classroom. She uses this as another reference for the children to know certain words that start with this letter. So she has the letter big at the top and then a bunch of letters that start with this letter at the bottom, whether it's objects, places, or students' names in the classroom. This part of the classroom has a lot of toys for the students, such as Legos and Magna-Tiles. This is where they get their toys that they like to build with and use during free play. It also has little bins for all of their folders, and these folders are what they use for writing workshop. And writing workshop is where they will write or draw about stories about certain things that have happened in their life and certain moments that they want to share, and they write about them in these folders, and then after the workshop is over, they put them back in these, and they can get it every day for the workshop. These pictures are pictures of the library in the classroom. Both pictures consist of two sets of shelves that we have in my placement classroom with a bunch of books. There are so many books for the children to pick from in my placement classroom, and I think that is really important. Reading is such a big part of the day for these students, and they are constantly asking me to read them a story. And when it's time for them to meet on the rug and their teacher to read them a story as a class, they get very excited. I think it's important that classrooms are full of this many books because it can really help the children develop, and it can really help them with their reading skills. I can notice that my children in the classroom are getting better with reading because they really try to read the books on their own and not always have someone to read to them. And giving them all these choices of books is a great way for them to keep developing. This is just a picture of a couple of the tables we have in the classroom. At these tables, we do literacy centers or free play where the children can play with their Legos and their Magna-Tiles. This is a great place for the children to sit with their peers and work together on things, activities, art, reading. It's a great place for the children to be together and to communicate with one another. This area of the classroom is called the dramatic play area. It is a really special area for the students in my placement class, and it is very popular. In this area, my teacher has all sorts of things like dresses, heels, hats, scarves, purses, so the students can dress up and use it as a way to play different games like house or school or a fashion show or anything that they want, anything that their imagination lets them see. It's great to see how much fun the students have in this area together, and everyone always interacts with one another when they're in this area. And this is a fish tank that the children have in their placement classroom, and they always come in every day and say, "Oh, I can see the fish, I can see the fish." And that's always so cute to me to hear how excited they get about this. Well, thank you all for listening in to my video about my placement. I'm so happy that I got placed in this classroom, and I really do look forward to going every week.